Excalibur, Excalibur! It is I, Arthur, King of the Britons. Tell me the secret of your magic.
It's no good, Lenny. It's 10:30. I'm not mucking about any longer. I want to go watch Tiswas. Quite honestly, mate, if you haven't made an act of mine now, you're never going to bother us. Not standing out in the middle of the lake with that silly plastic sword in there.
Okay.
Not fooling anybody.
Let's
Come on.
go home. This is ridiculous, man.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Compost Corner.
Compost Corner!
A very, very special Easter Compost Corner this week.
Compost Corner!
We particularly want you, before next week's programme, to send in photographs of your compost heap.
Compost heap!
To a special Compost Corner photographic competition.
Compost Corner!
But first, my very special guest on this morning's programme, yes, it's our old friend, Percy Thrower.
It's really wonderful. It's me, David, your old buddy and pal.
With you again.
What?
Percy
It's
Thrower.
Thanks, Quiz.
Okay. Well, Compost Corner this week features my very, very special guest, my great personal pleasure to reintroduce our old friend David Bellamy. Come in, David. Hello.
Well, Quiz, isn't it marvellous to be here on my favourite programme, Compost Corner? And first of all, may I say I've been delving into the world of genetics and mutations with all the lovely little plants. And the other day, I crossed a climbing bean with a thistle and got a runner that wears little spikes.
Just your little joke.
Just a little joke there.
I knew we should have had Percy Thrower.
Yes, and I've been getting into farming. And I've been getting into that. And the other day, I crossed a pig with a tin of beans and got pork and windy.
Very funny. What exactly have you got to show us this week in the plant with spring in the air?
I've got some... Whee! I've got some lovely little plants. Over here, let's get some compost and my old friend pig manure. Let's get over here and see the lovely Genesis plant. Now, if you see over here, he's got a lovely little bits of growth over here.
It's an ugly looking
Yes,
brute,
it's an ugly little brute, yes. Have a look at that there. He's a lovely plant. Now then, with maturing and lovely pig manure steeped for 16 years in CT socks.
The other one's not much better.
The other one's not. The other one is looking a lot better now. Now then, if you get this plant and poke it 3 times, it'll sing the chorus from its latest hit single.
No! Hey!
Isn't that marvellous? Shut up. Isn't that marvellous? Now then,
What else have you got to show us, David?
let's leap over here and see this wonderful little plant. Yes, here it is. This is the crossroads plant.
I see. What's particularly exciting about this one, David?
Well, Quiz, it'll only grow in sandy areas.
And
Yes, we usually...
not that funny. And he wrote it this morning during one of the cartoons.
Yes, Quiz, we usually wheel it round a garden.
I said not to use that. Well, let's move very quickly on, David, because this one over here actually is the one I particularly want.
Yes,
I don't know whether
well,
we can see this clearly.
Have a look at this. Come in close. Let's get really in. This is botany as it happens here in the studio. Look at this.
What do you call this?
Well,
Genesis. What do you call this one?
Well, this is the Maggie Thatcher plant. A gruesome little item. Look at this. It grows steadily. Years and years of practice and growth and pig manure, and it gets really, yes, backhanders, weddies in laundry. And as it gets to number 10, it goes completely crackers. Well, isn't that marvellous?
Oh, thank you very much indeed, Dave. Very nice to have you back on Compost Corner.
Thanks, Wing.
We interrupt this programme to bring you a news flash.
Good morning. At Blue Peter today... Quiet, please. At Blue Peter today, a streaker had to be given first aid when Simon pinned on his Blue Peter badge.
We interrupt this programme to bring you another news flash.
Trevor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Earlier this week in Birmingham, a man who fell into a chicken dressing machine had a narrow escape. The machine plucked off all his clothes and trussed his legs up with string. Luckily, a fuse blew just as it grabbed the sage and onion stuffing.
Interrupt this news flash to bring you a programme.
Yes, there he is, my little dog's face. And this week, I thought, because it's been so cold, I've been freezing lately, haven't you, in your basket? I thought I'd talk about actually doggy fashion and how to dress your dog in the winter months. Now, if it's very wet and if it's raining or if the snow is about, then there's waterproofs, of course, little boots that you should have. See little boots there, and to match that, of course, the little raincoats that you can buy for the dog. But if the weather is just cold, then it's warmth that the dog really needs to go over his fur. So we have a lovely coat here. You just wrap him up in the coat. This is a very fashionable one. It's one of his particular favourites, and he loves going out and being seen in it. And then, of course, we have the scarf, a little nice coloured scarf that you can just wrap round him. That's it. He loves getting dressed up to go out. And, of course, you've got the hat. Turn your ears around here. Make sure his ears can stick out, because that means he can hear. So get that sort of hat where his ears can actually come out. There we are. And to finish him off, if it's very windy, that will keep him nice and warm. That will keep him lovely and warm. But if the wind gets up, then you also need to protect his eyes from the wind. So a nice pair of goggles sometimes does the trick, and you can protect his eyes like that from the wind. And there we have your complete sporting and windy dog. So there we are. And
meanwhile, in a cloakroom not a million miles away...
All right, come on then. You first, Mr. Carson, please. See which of you four are the heaviest.
You are Francis Carson. Your body weighs 6 stone. Your brain weighs half ounce. Your mouth weighs 9 stone. Your combined weight is 15 stone, half an ounce.
Very good, Mr. Carson.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Mr. Prowse, if you would, please, be so kind. Stand on that.
I thought you'd been
You are Dave Prowse. Your weight is 18 stone. Correction. Please take your hands out of your pockets. Your weight is 16 stone.
Thank you, Mr. Prowse. Very kind of you. Big Daddy, would you be so kind, please?
Can we get on?
Your weight is 36 stone.
Give it. I think it's. You got to give it a belt. Give it a belt.
Ouch. 28 stone.
Give it another one. Give it another.
Ouch, ouch. 18 stone.
Thank you, Big Daddy. Mr. Manning, if you'd be so kind, please. Hello.
Where do you want me on?
At a time,
Whatever
please.
pleases yourself.
One at a time, please. I'm breaking up 30, 35, overload.
There now follows a party political broadcast. This is also being shown on Radio 4.
Good morning. Now, I know a lot of you will be thinking that I'm just another one of those boring old silly old fool who's come on your television set and will just go on and on and on and... sorry, where was I? Oh, yeah. But no! You see, I won't do that because you don't want me to do that. And that's what the Tiswas party's all about. Involvement. Making your voice heard. Now, you are the people on whom Britain depends, and for too long have the big wigs at Westminster ignored you. Now, we offer the voice of Great Britain a chance once again to be heard. And if you think that I am talking...
Rubbish!
You must say that I am talking...
Rubbish!
It's your chance once again to have a say in the running of Britain. And if you get fed up with people like me coming on your television screen, you must make your feelings felt. For too long have the people of this great nation had to swim against the tide. Get to know your MP again, as if he were in your own living room. And if you don't like us, let us have a flood of protest. And let the old guard at Westminster eat humble pie. So, remember, on polling day, vote Tiswas.
Oh, welcome back. What a morning, I must say I feel a bit scruffy this morning, do you? On the contrary, I'm well-dressed, nicely mannered, and really rather elegant. People say to me I look like a dung heap at a compost corner. Compost corner! I'm smart, clean, and not half-witty. Well, people tell me I'm smart, clean, and not half-witty. No, they say you're a smarty pants, clean off your head, and half-witted. You see, I'm educated. People say of me, he's educated. No, they say he's educated. I'm so clever, I work in the media. I work in the Midlands. Girls throw themselves at my feet. Nobody goes anywhere near my feet. People say I've got an honest face. People come up to me and say, honest, is that your face? Because I'm smooth, oozing charm and intelligence, I work in television. Well, so do I. I'm a presenter and producer. That's what I do. Well, how do you keep your job looking so scruffy? Well, it's funny, actually, because every time I appear on television, somebody up there pulls a rope and that happens. It's much better, apparently. It's what people want. Are you quite sure? Yes, it's Tommy Cooper!
Thank you very much. I was driving past a farmhouse the other day, and I saw the farmer on the doorstep. I said, hey, 6 of your hens have just stopped laying. He said, how do you know? I said, I've just run them over.
Sorry. Now, one of the easiest things to do is to make people laugh. But the boys in the studio and the girls have said, I find it impossible to make them laugh. So I'm going to start inside 30 seconds. I shall make them all laugh their selection box off. Starting off with my average laugh. There's nothing like a name. That's Mullingun. Hurry on. Hey, Frankie. Mick-nagging a camera, double jibber on my mick-nagging. Well, Bob's the only one that doesn't laugh, because he's getting paid. Hey. That's a crack of that one. So I tell it.
Gallo Hello, Geoffrey Goggy. Here we are again. And straight out of the break into more fun, gaiety and gleefulness. Still don't like those G's, do you, son? Don't like G's. That's probably why you never go to race meetings, all those GGs. Don't look down, son. Let them see your lips. Of course, you don't like race meetings anyway, do you, son? Don't like spending your money, do you, lad? Can tell that by the way you dress, son. I'm not saying he's mean, but the last time he got a £1 note out of his wallet, the Queen came out blinking in the light. Ah, it's a cracker! It's a cracker!
It's probably the way that you tell them.
It's the way I tell them! I'll do the talking, son. Don't you interrupt me, you dummy, or I shall do a few more G's. Like geranium or Geronimo. Look up, son. Let them see your lips, son. Now, as well as being one of the world's greatest humorists, I am now about to top the bill in cabaret everywhere with my earth-shattering gangriloquism. Allow me to introduce to you Salome. Here she comes, up you come, my little lovely. I don't want to come out. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Do. Up you come. I shall now amaze all of you by getting Salome to recite a nursery rhyme whilst he drinks a pint of brown ale.
Mary had a little lamb, a grace as bright as glow. And everywhere that Gary went, the girl was sure to go.
Good morning. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Now, we would like to find witnesses to this famous accident. So, if you were on the hill, up the hill, or over the hill at the time, get in touch with us straight away. Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep. Now, if you should be offered a large woolly animal with a head at one end, a tail at the other, 4 legs, and it doesn't bark, and you've been offered it in suspicious circumstances, get in touch with me on Toy Town 1212. Finally, the Queen of Hearts. She baked some tarts. And you can see what happened. She'd hardly got the cream on the top before they were whipped. However, we have a suspect, and I would like you to study this photo fit. He is known as the Knave of Hearts, or to his friends, Jack. Now, have you seen anything of Jack and his pack, or you can tell us where these stolen tarts might be sold on the cheap, I would like to get in touch on this phone once again, on Toy Town 1212. A result already. Hello? Yes? Yes? Ah, you think you found a stolen tart. I see. Can you describe it to me? Yes? Large? Round? Yellow? With white stripes? Yes, it could be one of the stolen tarts, but I can't be absolutely sure until I see it face to face. No, we were looking for lemon curd.
My special guest on the programme this morning, someone I've admired for many, many, many years, Max Boyce. Nice to see you on the show.
Great to be here.
Excuse me, Chris. Oh, this is Who the Elbow, man of mystery, clairvoyant, extraordinaire.
Excuse me, I just wanted... sorry to butt in, but I just wanted to meet Max. Actually, I'm one of his greatest fans. And so is my mum. Could I just have your autograph, Max? We've got all your records. We always see you on the telly. We like your son as well, Anthony. My favourite's that. I'm a pink toothbrush, you're a blue toothbrush. My mum's favourite is that you need hands. My mum loves that one. She thinks it's fantastic.
That's the wrong one.
We're big fans.
The wrong Max.
Max Boyce, Welsh comedian. In inverted commas.
Wrong one. Can I just fit?
Sorry about that, Max. Anyway, let's talk a bit about your career. I'm sorry about that.
Excuse me, Chris. I've remembered now. It's okay now. I've remembered.
Top celebrity embarrassment.
No, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Sorry, I'm remembering.
I don't mind.
You're that Welsh comic who lives on a rugby field.
Yeah.
Tells them jokes about rugby. I've never been there myself, but I believe it's very nice rugby. I believe it's very nice there. No, Max, would you tell for me, my mum, because my mum, honestly, we're one of your best fans. Do you realise who you are?
Yes, I think I know, yeah.
Do you realise how famous you are? I mean,
Well,
we see you on the telly and things like that. It's really lovely standing next to you, mate. Could you do, especially for me and for my mum, one of them jokes, one of the fabulous jokes, what you do?
Did you hear the one about the soccer team was so bad, the manager decided to have dustbins put all over the training pitch. And then what he decided to do was he'd have the team dribbling in and out of the dustbins, tackling the dustbins and dribbling out. So on the Monday, you rang up to see how the new training method had been going.
I suppose the dustbins had won 3-1, had they? It's funny when I first heard it.
I'm ever so sorry, Matt. I'm ever... Don't go away. I'm ever sorry. Don't go away. Let's go. We'll talk to you in more detail later. Never mind about that.
Hello, welcome to Master Dance, where we are trying to find the best dance in Britain. Can we have the only possible contestant twit, please? Frank enters and sits down. What is your name, Frank?
Frank Carson.
Very good. What is your subject?
Anything I don't know between 1978 and 1982.
Right. Have you the 1 minute started? You have 1 year starting from now. What part of the body do you have a headache?
The difficult ones first, eh?
Yes.
In the knees.
No knees. What job does the Home Secretary Big Willie Whitelaw hold?
Prime Minister.
Incorrect. Where is Birmingham?
On the M1 near Liverpool.
No. The expert says wrong. How many bottles of lemonade are there in a pack of 6?
Pass.
Oh. What animals bark like this? Bark, 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 bark.
A tree. Bark.
No, a budgie. I was wrong too. How do you spell milk?
Pass.
Pasture milk.
Pasteurized.
What is the name of Prince Charles's name?
What's the name of his name?
What is the name of Prince Charles's name?
Pass Prince Andrew.
No. Runs. What liquid comes out of the water tap?
Pass.
Where are you now, Frank?
Where am I now?
Where I started, so I'll start. Where are you now?
At this present moment?
Yes.
I'm here.
Correct. Oh. Sorry. No score. Frank curses.
Yes. Okay, curses. Tubular scaffolding, double gibber, neck and a sampan.
What time is... I've started, so I'll finish. What time is the 9 o'clock news?
8:30.
Wrong! You have answered 6 questions incorrectly. You passed on 3. How many bottles of lemonade in 6-pack? The incorrect answer is 10. Now, Bucket Frank. Missed.
I missed!
One more time.
Try again. Try again.
Good. You smell milk water. W-A-T-E-R. Buckets Frank. Good. And the liquid that comes out of a tap is cream soda.
Cream soda.
Bucket Frank. Got him. Frank Carson, you are missed.
Right.
You are Master Dance of 1901.
Right. Tony Brutus, probably the world's strongest human, is with us this morning in the studio and claims that he can lift any 2 men in Britain.
Well, this seems to be the morning to try this particular feat. Can you come in, please, gentlemen? Can we have you here?
Any two normal men.
You're on your own, son. I've got nothing to do with this. Go on then, Tony. Are you right, son?
They came from outer space.
You can do it.
I'm not frightened, son.
You can do it. Now is the winter of my discontent.
Yeah, right, come on, let's lift it.
But first a song. And they told us it was the South Bank
You did frighten me, don't you, Bernard?
You know, this hat's worth more scrap. Hey, you're doing a good job, Tony, anyway. Nice to see you.
Hey, it's an athletic feat getting in.
Nice and quiet, Mr. Studio, nice and quiet, please.
Must be hard up for work, that's all.
To you, Bernard.
Don't make me laugh, Bernard. Yeah, Bernard. You tell us when, Tony. Yes.
Who's your agent, Martin Foreman?
You can say no now, Tony.
Right.
Right, sit down, boys.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Start again.
Let's we'll try once more, Tony.
Ask it! I'm going down, ask it!
Come on, Daddy, here we go.
Can you...
No, thank you, Dave, no.
Not fall back.
Heavyweights stick together.
Yeah.
Come on then, back you go.
Fall back. Kick
All right,
forward.
well.
Kick
I didn't like your
forward.
record anyway.
Oh,
Just a joke, sorry, just a joke.
Steady, Bernard.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to sing? Hey?
Keep lean
Oh,
forward.
be very careful, you could hurt yourself with this lot, you know. I'll just start to go. Please, keep it light.
You two went.
Right. Ready? Sit.
Sit.
Down. Yeah.
Sit.
Sit down.
Sit.
There now follows an appeal.
Hello. I am very disturbed, as you can probably tell, by the threat posed to plankton by the presence of huge hulking great whales. Now, I'm not talking about one or two plankton here, or even the dimmer plankton. I'm talking about 84 million plankton per gulp. This means that despite the best efforts of the Russian and Chinese and Japanese governments to eliminate the great plankton eaters of our seas, it means that every time, in the time it takes Margaret Thatcher to do her hair, over 604,000 million plankton have become whale snack somewhere in the world. The worst offenders are the baleen whales. The baleen whales, and I quote from a book here, slide through shoals of plankton with their mouths open. Where is the battle in that? Where's the epic struggle of the deep there, eh? You imagine it. You're floating along with 83.5 million friends on a Sunday morning, doing nothing more than creating oxygen, when out of the west, comes a huge baleen whale with its mouth open. Not even hungry, just gormless. Woomph! 1,000 million plankton gone, he hasn't even had his breakfast. This is where slop comes in. Slop stands for Save Lots of Plankton and is an international ecological organisation based at my flat or my mother's when I'm out. Next week, we are starting Plankton Pride Week, climaxing with a huge gathering of plankton at the Royal Albert Hall, Hull. Come along, bring microscopes, especially if you're sitting in the back row, and let us show to the world that 12,000 billion plankton can't be wrong. Thank you.
Francis Algernon Nebuchadnezzar Carson, this is your life indeed. That was your great friend there, John Revolting, your old dancing master, harking back to the days when he knew you just as plain Sandy Carson. But Francis, this is your life, and what a life it's been. You were born 58 years ago in the quaint little Irish village of Wellington. Your mother was a fan dancer at the local bus terminus, and your father was a famous self-employed inventor. In fact, it was he who invented the toilet seat. And then, 8 years later, your great-uncle Sean invented the hole to go with it. Here's a photo of you at 18 months. Let's have a look at that over there. There you are. A lovely baby. And when you'd already composed your first concerto at the age of 18 months, and then, at the age of 5, you got into your first bit of trouble with the forces of law and order. Frank, do you remember this voice?
Hey, we're a rum do, you young scallywag.
Yes, that's right. Your old village constable, PC Seamus Flynn. Oh, wow, there he is. There he is. He's been a long time.
No, here he is. Hello, Seamus.
There he is, PC Flynn. Well, I understand you had a bit of trouble with him in the old days, PC.
Oh, I remember Frank when he was a lad. You're right, straight away. He was always a bit funny then, you know, but we electric shock treatment soon sorted him out. I'll tell you. Folk was always complaining. He was telling cracking jokes all the time. He got so bored and we had to lock him up.
Thanks very much, PC Seamus Flynn. Oh, well, there you are. Right, fine. By the age of 12, you're a magnificent, good-looking, superbly conditioned boy with a ready eye for the young ladies by now. And Frank, do you remember this voice?
Yes, he looked lovely in that blue dress.
Yes, it's the woman who was the leader of your girl guide troop for 3 weeks until someone complained about your hairy legs. Brown Owl Maureen O'Shaughnessy James.
Oh, boy, Maureen.
There she is. Well, Brown Owl, right. That's plenty. That's enough. Brown Owl, what sort of a girl guide did he make, Brown Owl? What sort of a girl guide did he make?
Well, almost too convincing.
Well, yes, it's been like that ever since.
Yes, he was a lot of fun. We can remember him with fond affection. He used to help old ladies across the street, steal their handbags and then jump on a bus.
Yes, was he always cracking jokes?
One day it took me 3 hours helping an old lady across the road. She didn't want to go across. That's a joke.
Was he always cracking jokes in those days?
He was always telling jokes. He was
so
really
boring we had to lock him up.
Well, that's right. Okay, well, sit yourself over there. There she's Brown Owl Maureen O'Shaughnessy
It was so boring we had to lock him
And
up.
so, Frank, the years rolled by. You made many big-name friends over the years. And if you pick up this phone now, there should be an old friend waiting to have a few words. I think this is a bit of a surprise for you, Frank. Have a listen to this.
This is the President of the United States.
Well, they are.
A lot of people don't realize that my real name, my brother Billy's name, is Carson. But we changed it to Carter. Because of the disgrace that our elder brother, Frank, brought on the family name. Breaking shop windows, ringing Richard Nixon's doorbell and running away. Eating worms and trying on Mrs. Eisenhower's washing. Cracking jokes all the time. It got really boring.
Frank, there he was. Yes, a great old friend of yours, President Jimmy Carter. Well, then him back in this country. No, he's not coming. Then back in this country is by now a really desperately struggling comedian. You teamed up with this man here.
Nice.
Yes, that's right. He's travelled by mule overnight from Wolverhampton since Tuesday to get here. He is Michael Crawford.
Wow, Michael. Hey, goodness me.
Come here, Michael. What's it been like? What's your fondest memory of working with this giant of a man?
Well, I always remember Frank when he went to the Horse of the Year show in Wembley. He came second. A goat beat you, didn't he?
What about his sense of humour? Was he cracking jokes even in the early days?
Yes, he was always cracking jokes, and they were all so boring.
Well, that's right. There he is. Thanks very much, Michael Crawford. Well, it's been a tremendous struggle, Francis, particularly with the scripts you had and the infinitesimal amount of talent that you had. And yet, through it all, there were these tremendous family loyalties back to the old days. And now, flown in by special privately chartered plane all those thousands of miles, we've hid him away for 2 weeks in one of London's most expensive hotels, eating and drinking in his room, surrounded by a privately contracted round-the-clock team of security guards. We've been paying for it for the last 2 months, ready for this moment. The man who uttered these never-to-be-forgotten words all those years ago.
Yes, Frank, I'll never forget September the 1st, 1927 in Peterborough.
I've never been in Peterborough.
What? We spent.
No, I have. No. You got the address.
He says he's never. What? He says he's never heard of you. All right, we'll pay your expense. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Thank you.
Well, never mind, Frank. Sorry about that. Never
mind, in the course of a very busy life, you've managed to be married 12 times. You've had 11 beautiful children. Here they are. Let's have a little look at your entire family. Ian, Tony, Sandra, Arthur, Charles. Where are they? Arthur, Charles, Rachel, Alison, Clarissa, Kimo Sabe, Ezekiel and Rasputin. Your 11 beautiful children. There they are, Frank. There they are, your whole lovely family. Finally, Frank, do you remember this voice? Yes, that's right. That's right. No. It's your old chemistry master from school. You haven't seen him for years, but he's now a world-famous TV star. Please. And now loved by millions as Mad Harry.
Program to bring you another news flash.
Good morning. I'm awfully sorry. I appear to have a frog in my throat.
That's better. A man from Hammersmith had a successful operation this morning to remove a very large mole. The doctor said the man was asleep with his mouth open and it must have crawled in during the night. Come on, it was better than that. I'm most awfully sorry.
Excuse me, Mr. Peel. Hello, Mr. Peel. I don't know if you remember me. I used to be in a group in Liverpool in the 60s and that, you know. And,
yeah, they all say that.
We split up. We split up and went in hard time. Not now, Mr. Peel.
Most of them were.
And you know, you've become so famous in that, and #1 disc jockey and all that. I was just wondering,
That's
you know, we're a bit on the hard times now, and you know, I haven't had a bite all day. I wonder if you can help me at all.
Hello. If you remember last week, we were out and about in the countryside last week, but it's welcome back this week to Ordinary Studio-based Compost Corner. A bit later on Ordinary Boring Studio-bound Compost Corner. We'll be introducing a new greenhouse with no glass in for people who want to throw stones, and also an Ordinary Studio-bound Boring Compost Corner. We'll be looking at a new hoe. It's the double hoe, or ho-ho, as it's known, for the gardener with a sense of humour. And also we'll be looking at the sycamore plant, for those of you who use sycamore material like this. But first, back on Ordinary Studio-bound Boring Compost Corner. It's time to reintroduce my very, very special guest. Basically, because we couldn't find anybody else. Here he is, Dr. David Bellamy.
Well, Chris, it's really marvellous to be back on Ordinary Studio-bound Compost Corner. And may I say, after that wabblazing introduction and the brilliant rapturous applause of this remarkable wabble, all I can say is it's a great relief to know these wagamuffins are incarcerated in the cage. Otherwise, they'd all run off on the rampage.
Yeah, well, that's all very easy for you to say, David. What exactly have you got to show us this week?
Well, Chris, I've got some lovely specimens of fauna and flora here to show you today on Ordinary Studio-bound Compost Corner.
I don't know what we do this week, I don't know why we bothered. Sorry.
First of all, we've got this amazing plant here. Take a look at this. As you can see, the growth here is actually a stethoscope. This is the doctor plant. And it's called the doctor plant because it doesn't come out at night. Now then, as you can see, we've got these two knack plants here, and all they need to help them make hit records and grow especially well is some moisture. Plenty of moisture. This is what you need for the vine.
Also, David, we've also actually got a special effects man waiting for his cue at the moment. He wasn't in the sketch, but it did seem a shame to waste that spare button.
I know. Well, let's have a look at this.
Oh, I'll pay for your shirt.
This is a lovely... It's a plant I grew myself. It's a cross between an orange plant and a rubber tree plant. Just have a look at this. It bears lovely fruit with plenty of it. Thank you very much. Must have a jaffa.
Even more interesting than usual.
This is lovely stuff. Now, take a look at this. A very sad plant, CT, because I grew it at home and I used to give it a tot of whiskey just to keep its leaves perking up. And through the process of osmosis and everything, it absorbed more than 3 pints of scotch a day. Now, as you can see... I'm sorry. I'll get you a coat with polythene and the bells. We've got this lovely plant here, and it's called the alcoholic plant, and it's very easy to see why, because it needs plenty of scotch to keep it going, and it falls over.
I think it's going to be sick, David.
Oh, no, we don't want any of that. Now then, look at this. This is a Japanese flower. Look at this, Chris. Look at the mark of elegance here as we have a look at this. Just come in close.
What
here.
exactly do you call it, David?
This is a kamikaze plant. Now, don't get too close, CT, because it will actually explode if it thinks a human is going to harm it. Don't get too close.
As you remember, boys and girls, we never ever tell lies on Tiswas. Johnny, of course, here has also got another record under his belt. Johnny, of course, you all know from that long-running series on Granada Television, Coronation Street, and we hope you all live to see the end of it. Well, we're going to continue. Now, Johnny, of course, sorry, I'll just read it. Johnny, Yard of Ale champion for Midlands first,
yes,
then Southern Region,
right,
and then, of course, you captured the All-British title 3 weeks ago.
Yes, I did.
Now, as you know, with a lot of children and it's the licensing, the pubs are not open yet, as we all know. All the people in the studio are sober. We're going to ask you to watch now a Yard of Ale, because we're not allowed to have ale in it, as it's not open and children here. But you will show us exactly. Will you please time this, John? Just time this. On we go now, and
ready?
Go!
Oh!
Time, 8 seconds. Well, there you are. Now we're going to attempt a new world record for Tiswas. If he gets this, he will, of course, be entitled to get the Golden Scroll, which is worth, as you know, well over £1,000. Yes. We're getting people writing in every day asking, can they buy these? Sorry, the answer is no. Unless you actually hold a Tiswas record, you will never, ever have the privilege of throwing one of these in your bin. Right. Well, now on we go, Johnny. This time quick you can now. Here we go.
Ready?
A new world record.
Ready?
Oh, go!
Oh!
Fantastic. How long was that? 4 seconds. Johnny, here you are. Your Tiswas championship. Well done.
Thank you.
And there you are. Many happy hours in Coronation Street, Johnny. And goodbye. Now, we'll bring you more stuff later on in the programme. The rubbish is just expendable.
But the thing I hated most in school was the exams. Do you remember? And they stuck you in a hall very much like this. An examiner sat watching everybody like a hawk on the stage. And there you are, sat in your little desk. And the clock at the back of the hall. And you had crib notes written all over the back of your hand. And you were sweating with nerves and all the ink had run. And then they'd start. Do you remember them? The SWATs. In every form there was a SWAT. And there they'd start. After about 10 minutes of the examination, there they'd be. Sir, can I have some more paper, sir? I hadn't written my name then. And they all looked the same, didn't they, SWATs? They all looked the same. They were all skinny, and they had pimples and glasses. And they played on the wing with new boots on. Oh, I hated SWATs. But the most dreaded moment of all came in examinations for me. It wasn't so much in the exam. It was outside the hall afterwards, checking the answers. Hey, Di, what do you get for number 2? 1.84 centimeters. What do you get, Phil? 1.83 centimeters. What do you get, Stuart? 1.86 centimeters. What do you get, Neil? 1.89 centimeters. What do you get, Max? I'm not saying. I think mine's out a bit. And the question was to find the diameter of this copper tube. And they say, what do you get, man? I'm not saying. I don't have to say. Mine's a bit different. And they say, perhaps you were right and we are wrong. I said, I don't think so.
He said, what do you get the diameter of the tube? I said, 17.5 miles. But... But do you remember that? You spent 2.5 hours in a question, because it was the easiest one. And you ended up with a stupid answer. Mind you, they were stupid questions. Do you remember the things I used to ask you? A question we had in ratios. Do you remember ratios? Ratios. I couldn't spell them, alone do them. And this is the question we had in ratios. A bath. A bath holds 50 gallons of water. With the both taps full on, the bath fills at the rate of 3.5 gallons a minute. With the plug out, the bath empties at the rate of 2.5 gallons a minute. Question? How long does it take to fill the bath? And I wrote underneath, a damn sight quicker if you hadn't taken the plug out.
Now we welcome the incredible, the amazing Memory Man.
Good morning. Now, this amazing memory aid which fits into the ear is a triumph of micro-technology. Now, with the wizardry of modern electronics, it is now possible for a person with a poor memory to have complete recall. And it's very simple to operate. There's a simple on-off switch here. Now, I'll just demonstrate. I switch it off. Now, to start it all again, I just simply switch it on. Where did I put it? Right, here somewhere, excuse me. Did I have one when I came on? It's ridiculous. A terrible memory. Somebody should invent something for a memory like mine. I do apologize. I'll go and get it. It must be here somewhere.
We interrupt this program to bring you a news flash.
Good morning. This is a news flash. I'm terribly sorry. Earlier this week, Captain Mark Phillips was kicked by a horse at badminton. At a press conference later on, a palace spokesman said, I didn't even know horses played badminton. I'm terribly sorry, I can't see without my glasses. Owing to cutbacks at the BBC, the children's programmes, Crackerjack, Wacky Races and Jackanori are being combined into one programme. It's going to be called Cracker Wacky Jackanaki Nori.
Take that, you swine! Hey, it doesn't wash off.
What's more, pal?
I'm terribly sorry.
Show that's got another show where it's our pleasure and our privilege to try and make you happy. If you're happy, then I'm happy. If I'm happy, then we're all happy. Is everybody happy? Yeah! Great big hand for the boys in the back. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I'll just meet the contestants first of all. I'd like to meet the contestants now. What are your names? Fine, okay. What about you?
Hootie Elbow.
Hootie Elbow, man of mystery, as I recall, and clairvoyant extraordinaire.
All right.
Okay, well, tonight's glittering prizes include your chance to be one of the first to get absolutely free from one of Britain's top salons, the hairstyle that shook the world in the 50s and is now making a big comeback. And in a week when Reagan and Carter continue to dominate the headlines, we ask the burning question, just how much longer can they both go on churning out the same old repeats of the Sweeney? So we've got prizes waiting to be won, but first we're going to have a lot of fun. Right, can I start with you, please, sir?
All right.
OK, are you any good at maths?
No, not really.
Correct, you're not any good at maths. In fact, you're hopeless at maths. Well done, well done. Right, nice and easy so far. Can you name...
Shut up, all right?
Can you name one wife of Henry VIII?
Yes.
Wait a minute, I haven't asked you the full question yet. Who had her head cut off?
Catherine.
Anne Boleyn. It's in more than one part, though. What was her telephone number?
4867878.
But don't believe a word I say.
Sorry, no, that was cut off as well. Well, not to worry. Sorry about that. I must ask for quiet. Please, sit down. Question number 3. What did that great painter Vincent van Gogh say when he just cut off his own ear?
Pardon?
Pardon is correct. That's exactly what Vincent van Gogh did say. Right, question number 4. Plenty of time to catch up.
Okay.
What great musician was named after the Metropolitan Police Squad?
Teddy. Oh, God. Albert Lee, will it? Albert Lee, I think. Albert Lee. Albert Lee.
What great musician was named after the Metropolitan Police Riot Squad?
That was Jenny Jones, wasn't it?
Bobby Crush. No, sorry, well, sorry about that. We typed out completely wrong. Never mind. Don't worry. Plenty of time to catch up. Right, number 4. Now, this is an espionage question. To do with spying. What famous spies were finally caught on Christmas Day?
Mince pies.
Mince pies, correct! Well done, well done, well done! Excellent! Don't worry, 3 of them, nothing else so far. But still plenty of time to catch up.
Aye.
What great British jazz musician has a famous wife called Jasmine who follows him everywhere?
Shirley Bassey.
Sorry, no, it's Kenny Ball and his Jasmine. Well, oh dear, just as things were getting so exciting, there goes the bell. Time for us once again to say tooroo picnic, but hopefully au revoir. Join us again next time. I'll be here, I hope you'll be there. Then again, if he comes over here, I'm going over there. Then again, I might go over there, you can come over here. Then again, we can both go over there. There's not a lot of point you coming over here, because I'll be over there. We'll be nothing to watch over here. Join us again next time for another fabulous bunch of fun in the church. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Tiswas number 2987. It's a very special morning because it's exactly 43 years this morning, 43rd anniversary since Smello last had a bath. And by popular request this morning, thousands of you have written in saying we've got to wash him if he wants to continue. So under protest, he's washing.
He's still smelling, but there's a child here crying at the smell of it all. Our special guests this morning are the Pretenders, Elaine Page. We've got music from Cliff Richard, The Freshies, Slade, Rainbow, loads of cartoons, and competitions galore.
That's right, and also, of course, the very welcome return of Algernon, Winston Spencer,
Great.
Castlereagh, Razzmatazz, Hootie Elbow, Spit the Dog, Cough the Cat. Will he do anything at all this morning? This will be the vicar who sings to his hard-boiled eggs, and David Bellamy.
Excuse me, Quit. Have I just got time to say hello to Rodney Richard Frobisher, who is currently reclining in a West Ward in a Richmond hospital? Apparently, he's ripped his vertebrae, Quit.
No, you haven't, David. We haven't got time. A bit later on, we'll be asking the oh-so-important question, does a whale that's enjoying himself have a man of a time?
Mr. Angus McCorkindale and Anne McLaughlin from Scotland, who between them have over 600 offences for drunkenness, were married today in Glasgow. A friend of the family said they've been going on steady together for 6 years.
And finally, it's just been announced from Stockholm that Vladimir Kurtz, the Russian bell ringer, who was exiled for ringing his church bells all through the night, has been awarded this year's No Peace Bell Prize.
Good morning. The water cycle. Now, here we have the ocean, and under the heat of the sun, the water evaporates, rises as water vapor into clouds, driven inland by the prevailing winds, where it meets high ground. The clouds rise, reaches the upper atmosphere, where the water vapor condenses into rain. The rain comes down the side of the hill, down to the rivers and streams, into the reservoir. From the reservoir, it's pumped into the water tower. From there, it goes into the water main. From the water main, the house is connected by a pipe to your tap here. Now, you fill the bucket with water like that, obviously, and then when you throw the water away, it goes down into the drain, along the Sur, and back into the ocean again. Where, again, in the heat of the sun, the water vaporizes, forms clouds down here, goes right down the side of the hill, into the reservoir. From the reservoir, as I say, goes into the water tower, along through the main, and back into the tap, as I explained to you previously. And as I say, once you've thrown the water away, like that, it goes down into the drain here, comes into the ocean, it makes rise up by the heat of the sun, along the clouds come right down here in rain, up into the water tower. From the water tower goes to the tap, from the tap here it goes down the drain again, from the drain it goes into the sea, up on the water vapor, along here, driven by clouds, down the side of the mountain, into the water tower, back into the tap here, from the tap it goes down the drain, along the ocean up here, back to the clouds coming up here like this, along the water vapor here, down the tap.
Good morning, Earl of Britain. This is an ale on behalf of the reservation of the 25-letter Alphabet Society. My name is Eregrin Archer, and I think we should do away with the letter. The Society already has the patronage of Buckingham Alice, including such dignitaries as Rince Charles, Rincess Anne, and Mark Hillis. We need to abolish amphlets so that everyone in the ovulation will know of our Ollises. We need your support. In the words of this piece of poetry, Christmas is coming, the geese are getting fat. Lease utter any in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a any, a half any will do. If you haven't got a half any, egg off, you bunch of old meanies. Now, remember the old proverb. Eater, ire, icter, eck of ickled etter. Did eater, ire, icker, eck of ickled ecker? If eater, ire, icter, eck of ickled etter, where's the eck of ickled ecker? Eater, ire, ict. So, lease, send your money, checks, postal orders, ounds and ennies. Please give generously. And again, here's our address. Reservation 25-letter Alphabet, the Post Office, Portsmouth Arth, Lymouth Road, Orchester, Pembrokeshire. Goodbye.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
We've just heard, as a quick news flash, that there's a van load of criminals have collided with a cement mixer on the M6, and we believe they're all hardened convicts.
Too much noise, Look, will you, this is supposed to be a what's going on here? Have I no control over the phone? What are you doing? very much.
We interrupt this commercial break to bring you a news flash.
Good morning, Trez back, and it's really wonderful to be here. But first, the news. A British heavyweight boxer was knocked unconscious by ringsiders in the annual Rome versus London boxing match last night. A priest was later arrested for administering the last rite. At the Old Bailey today, a man who stole 10 gallons of petrol from a Bromsgrove garage was given 6 months, 300 stamps and a chunky tumbler. An Irish steel guitarist was taken to hospital last night after getting caught in a thunderstorm. He later said to be suffering from extreme rust. It's really wonderful to be back on Tiswas, and it's just nice to know that they haven't reverted back to their old ways of throwing buckets of water after each newsflash. Thank you.
Oh, really wonderful. There are all sorts of odd guests on the programme, but very odd guests indeed this morning. Mr. Sylvester McCoy, who thinks he's a motor car. Mr. McCoy, how long have you been a car? As long as that, eh? What do your family and friends think of you being a motor car? You're very handy for shopping and weekend picnics. What sort of a car are you? What model are you? That's a new one on me. That old one. Mr. McCoy, what sort of condition are you in? Low mileage, taxed, many extras, one careful owner, used by a little old lady purely for shopping. Any special features? Any special features? Electric windows, servo-assisted kneecaps, and stereo armpits. Well, that sounds like... What? You've got a soft top, I know. It's a very, very soft top. What happens if it rains? Perhaps you'd be kind enough to take me to some sort of a test drive. Right in the back or the front? Get in the back. He seems to have had a breakdown.
Thank you very much. And now for some mirth and mystic, and this is Mystic. Thank you very much. I'm going to do some wonderful tricks now. I'm going to attempt to do a trick that's never ever been performed on the stage because it's totally impossible. Honestly, and more than that, you can't do it. It's very hard. So now I'm going to ask for a volunteer from the audience. A volunteer from the audience. Well, step forward, please, from the cage. That's very fortuitous. Come forward and look at that. Now, I've never met you before in my life, have I?
No, you've never met me before in your life.
Well, how do you know it's me? Now then, you may be wondering what this box is for, and so am I. It's got nothing to do with the item. And this is the stuff. Now then, I'm going to attempt to do the disappearing basket trick, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give it to him in a hole like that, and I'm going to pass a blanket in front of you like that. ATV surplus army blanket, like that. I'm going to say the magic word, Sim Salabim, and before your very eyes, the basket will disappear. Sim!
I don't believe it can be done.
It can be done. Sim Salabim.
Really?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Well, that's all from Cooper's half minute. I thought that was very good. Should we bow?
Should we bow?
Very nice. That was very, very good. Well, I thought it was all right. You know, I don't think it warranted that.
Well, week after week you write in saying, why on earth do we have to be subjected to this appalling dribble week after week? Nevertheless, once again, we are going to bring him back. Sorry about that. Here he is, yes. S-P-I-T. Here's That's it, and here is my little dog, Spit. And this morning we're going to do a little song for you, which all the boys and girls at home and here can join in with. It's a very well-known song. You can join in the chorus, and it goes like this. This old dog, he has won. He's done knick-knacks on my thumb with a knick-knack paddywhack. Give the dog a pie, watch it sailing through the sky. This old dog, he has two. He's done knick-knacks on my shoe with a knick-knack paddywhack. Give the dog a pie, watch it sailing through the sky. This old dog, he's done three. He's done
knickknacks on a tree with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a pie, watch it sailing through the sky. This old dog, he's done four, he's done knickknacks on the floor with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a pie, watch it sailing through the sky. This old dog, he's done five, goodness me, his fur's alive with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a pie, watch it sailing through the sky. This old dog, he's done six, just watch how he fetches sticks with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a pie, watch it sailing through the sky. This old dog, he's done seven, he'll be doing it up in heaven with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a pie, watch it sailing through the sky. This old dog, he's done eight, couldn't you wait with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a pie, watch it sailing through the sky. This old dog, he's done nine, he's doing knick-knacks all the time with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a pie, watch it sailing through the sky. This old dog, he's done 10, there he goes, he's off again with a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the dog a pie, watch it sailing through the sky.
A bonus actually. You probably saw those lovely kestrels we had earlier on. We've got another natural history item now. These have actually been recently rediscovered. They're a form of life millions and millions of years old, like the coelacanth. They've just been rediscovered by a professor, in fact, from the north of the country, but in fact, Frankie couldn't make it, could he?
No, this was Professor Breen, who was...
beautiful looking thing.
Yes, well, he was, we'll tell the boys and girls, Professor of Oceanography at Toddington, up there in the Midlands, and who is now in charge of the fish tanks at Huddington's Chippy in Budleigh Salterton.
They are extraordinary. I mean, if you watch them carefully, they really are beautiful, aren't they?
Well, I think we better tell them what the names are first, Chris. Yeah. The names of these fish are, of course, flemurs. Have a nice close shot at the tank. Now, they are not visible to the naked eye. Now, the thing about flemurs are, the police in all areas have been notified, these are highly dangerous fish. You can buy them, but only under licence from registered fish dealers that don't sell chips as well. Now, the one thing about these are, they are very vicious. Now, can you just use a piece of this otoscopic, which is a lens which fits over? Just look over that, with that, on that glass here, through that, you can actually see them.
That's incredible.
Isn't it?
Incredible.
Now, you see the one tooth,
aren't they? Yeah.
that one tooth on the left, that is highly venomous, and that's actually what kills. Now, a lot of boys and girls, they think, oh, I'd love to have some of those. Now, I'll just show you, actually, that these fish, there are 3 in here, 2 males and 1. Yes, I have to be extremely careful. Just in here is one. Now, if we go down... Ah! Did you see? Goodness, look at that. These are highly dangerous. I implore you, boys and girls, please. That's very painful. For goodness sake, don't go in to buy these fish. They are highly dangerous. Don't throw them into your mother's bath, or she'll... Well, there you are. Now, and your daddy's bath would be even worse. No Christmas boxes. So there you are. Thank you very much indeed. Now, hold on. We'll just show you exactly how vicious these are. This is an ordinary apple, which at the moment is out of my reach. I can't even afford to buy them. We're going to drop it in here. Once again, I'm not going to make a mistake. I drop it in there. Now that apple, you see you are, they're
actually tearing
you see that? They are. They're eating lumps out of it. Now look at that there. Can you have a look at that? Look at that. Well, now that is absolutely incredible. In the space of, can you imagine what it would do to your left leg? Can you imagine a footballer worth £250,000 in 2 minutes wouldn't even be able to hit a ball into the goal?
Fine.
There you are.
Thank you very much indeed. That was absolutely fascinating.
Well, that's what about Tiswas, the exciting things we bring you. Don't forget.
Shut up. Let's move on with a clip from Food of the Gods.
A kangaroo that eats
those
fish.
Here's a horror story called Food of the Gods.
This is the producer speaking.
I wish I could get rid of this, bro. I didn't want to come.
It's actually the Slipper and the Rose.
I don't know where place to go. There's no money in this. I'm only doing it for the wash.
We interrupt this commercial break to bring you a news flash.
Good morning. It's great to be back. British Leyland announced today that 19,000 brand new mini metros rolled off the assembly line. A spokesman said somebody forgot to put the handbrake on. It was nice to be back. I think I've just changed my outlook on the whole situation.
I
see. Studio this morning. Yeah, what?
What do you get if you cross a steamroller and a tape measure?
I don't know. What do you get if you cross a steamroller and a tape measure?
Flat feet.
competition time. The first
Competition time! Did he say competition time? It's competition time! We're having a competition! It's competition!
This week's under-8 competition. Mummy? Where is Mummy? Is that Daddy?
I think Daddy better come in and...
He's actually one of the youngest we've had. You're 3, aren't you? You're 3. I'll tell you what, you go to Daddy. We've got your prizes here. You go to Daddy and... there you are. Tiswas.
We'll talk to your brother.
Cry.
Right, this is the moment all you viewers have been waiting for. Every week we get loads of letters in saying we all love Sally's tricks. So now it's time for my trick, Chris.
Fine, son. Go on, go.
Chris, I've worked hard on this. Please, be enthusiastic. Help me.
Okay, go on, great. Sally's going to do one of her tricks, everybody at home.
Thank you. A postcard.
A postcard? It's a postcard, everybody! It's a trick with a postcard in.
Right. Now, I bet you that you don't know how I can walk through this postcard.
Walk through a postcard? I don't believe it can't be done.
It can be done because I can walk through this postcard.
Incredible stuff.
Right, first of all, I fold the postcard.
Folds the postcard!
And now I start cutting.
She's gonna, with scissors, she's gonna cut the postcard with scissors! This is the stuff they want! She's gonna get a postcard! She's gonna walk through the postcard! She cuts it with scissors! Great stuff! This is what they want! Who needs Crossroads with this sort of stuff on? Eat your heart out, blankety blank! This is what they want! This is where the wasted millions in advertising are going! This is where Luke Lee's been going wrong! This is the stuff they want! Fantastic! She's got a pair of scissors. She's got a postcard. Fantastic! This is what they want. Absolutely incredible! Still in there, she's got a postcard and a pair of scissors. This is the stuff they want. No wonder Noel Edmonds is out of work. This is incredible! Fantastic stuff! This one is Europe!
I've done all the cutting.
Incredible! I can hardly wait! I can hardly speak! This is what they want! She's got the postcard with the scissors! And any second now I hope she's going to walk through it. Otherwise I can't keep speaking like this for much longer. Hurry up, Sally, for God's sake! This is incredible! This is what they want! This is what the millions have been missing all these years! Logie Bet! And she's opened it! And now she's going with a little tiny size, 14 feet, and dirty socks to walk through it! I don't believe it! That's incredible! That's absolutely amazing!
Quiz! What do you get if you cross the awful weight of Wuthering Heights with Roger's Thesaurus?
I don't know, Dr. David B. What do you get if you cross the authoress of Wuthering Heights with Roger's Thesaurus?
You get a one-day Saurus quiz!
Hey, Udi Elbow, you're supposed to be so extra intelligent.
Oh,
What do
I
the
am.
following 3 words or expressions mean? Pas de deux.
That's father of twins.
Brandish.
That's another... Stop it. That's another word for a cereal. Oh, stop me. Oh, where were we?
Shut up, Henry. You're in enough trouble.
Yeah, we're still running.
Hey, Hootie Elbow, you're supposed to be so very intelligent. What do the following words or expressions mean? Pas-de-deux.
Father of twins.
Brandish.
62.
Hey, Hootie Elbow, you're supposed to be so very intelligent. What do the following words or expressions mean? Pas-de-deux.
Father of twins.
Brandish.
Oh, that's another word for a cereal bowl.
Crick.
Crick is the noise made by Japanese camera.
Correct. Right, very quickly, I must say hello to a few people who've written in. Must say hello to Jackie Green from Stoke-on-Trent. It says, Dear Chris, I thoroughly enjoy your programme. It's very fun. I love all the cartoons. I like Hootie Elbow. I like Flanny Folks. But I don't understand why Sally James never gets a custard pie.
I do.
Well, I think we can clear that up. That's no problem. Now, I've got another one here from Billy Thorpe of Woolpit. Now, he says, could you please do me a favour, Chris? I thoroughly enjoy the show. I like Algernon Razzmatazz. Who is the Phantom Flamfling? He says a big PS at the end. But why doesn't Sally James get enough custard pie? Well, I think that's fairly straightforward. So that's you done, Billy. As you know, on this programme, we try and help people. Tony West from Liverpool's with me saying, last week Chris had a lot of spaghetti poured over him. I love things like that, but it would please me much more if Sally J. Well, I think we can arrange that. That shouldn't be any problem. So that's for little Tony West from Liverpool. Now, Will Pitt here from Dudley, he writes in saying, I thoroughly enjoy the show. My favourite bit is the cartoons, but I do also like all the mucking about that goes on at the desk with the kids' ears, it says. I don't quite understand what that means. But
next?
I don't like the bits where Sally James always seems to run out of the way when the muck's coming in. Can you give her a bucket of baked beans? Well, it's a dark pleasure. You've had a lot of people writing in about baked beans. This is also for Nora Niceness of Netherton, and also Algernon Spinks from Uttoxeter, and also Clarissa Clutterbuck from Carlisle, and they all wanted the baked beans. Now, Semolina got a lot of mail as well. David McKellar, morning, David. Sorry I didn't ring you last night in Cardiff. The phone was a bit funny. No, he said, whatever you do, don't pour Semolina over Sally. Well, not to worry, we've done that one. There are a lot of people who have written in saying, can they have Semolina?
Can I have some water?
Nigel Baverstock.
Water, please.
Yes, in a minute, it'll be our pleasure. Nigel Baverstock of Liverpool says, I'd like to see Sally with a whole bucket of Semolina thrown at her from close range. Well, I think we can manage that without any problem at all. Great. Well, there you are. That's just caught up on a bit of your mail. Thanks very much. Keep the mail rolling in, especially if it's things like that. I don't know who that's from, but she's obviously very grateful anyway. Hey, Sludge, you're from Calais. What's he saying?
Well, he wants to tell a joke, you see. And he's going to tell me the joke.
Now, it's all right.
He's going to tell me the joke, and I'm going to tell it to the camera.
Is he a nutter?
Once upon a time, there was a West Indian bus conductor named Doodah collecting his fares on the bus, and he collapsed and died. Now, he wants me to do the next part in a West Indian voice. So Doodah's mate said,
oh man, there's gonna be some trouble. There's gonna be some bother bit when Doodah's wife finds out about this man. There's gonna be pandemonium.
Ding bong, dang dong, dang do. Bing bong.
So Doodah's friend walked right to his house and rang the bell. And Doodah's wife opened the door, and Doodah's friend said,
guess who died on the bus today?
Doodah, Doodah, guess who died on the bus today? Doodah, Doodah.
Good morning and welcome to Flanorama, our regular look in depth at the changing political, economic and social structure of the world around us. Our guest this morning needs very little introduction, one of the foremost students of international affairs in the 20th century and senior opposition Under-Secretary for Europe without portfolio, the Phantom Flamflinger. Phantom, good morning, thank you for joining us. Can you tell me, what do you feel in the last 12 months Britain has done to alleviate the problem in Afghanistan? I see. It's an aggressive reply, perhaps as I expected. Do you feel this government under Margaret Thatcher has really done enough? You don't. How seriously do you view the latest batch of unemployment figures? As grim as that, eh? How bad do you see the figures getting by the end of 1981? OK, well, I think that's covered the economy. Let's move on to overseas situation. How impressed are you, Phantom, by the new President of the United States? You don't like him a fat lot. Well, it's a fourth right answer. Do you think there's any hope of a solution in the Gilbert and Ellice Islands? What about the development of the green pound? You couldn't care less. What about my running? Where does the green pound stand in relation to the strengthening of the yen? You've no idea. Where do you see us going from here? Over the pub for a drink. You're not about to...
Now, down here is the Eiffel Tower, I believe. Straight down there. So we go and have a look. You want to go up it? Up the tower? All right. Come on, son. Down this way. Tra-la-la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la-la.
Interdit aux chiens.
Well, I've got to go this way.
Interdit.
I'll have to find another way.
I tell you what, I don't know how people ever get across the road in Paris. It's incredible. They're maniacs. The only good thing about Paris is at least you can go around quietly, you can say compost corner. Compost corner! And nobody says it back.
Quack, quack, bark. Quack, quack, bark. Quack, quack, bark. Quack, quack, bark. Quack, 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 bark. Quack, 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 bark.
Hello, good morning and welcome to Compost Corner. Later on during the morning, you'll get your chance to win a very special Compost Corner T-shirt. We'll also be giving you the results of last week's Compost Corner crossword competition. And we'll also be picking Compost Corner Bunny Girl of the Month. First, it's my very special privilege to introduce, or reintroduce, in fact, on Compost Corner. Our very special, he'd worry me if he was mine. Our very special guest, Mr. David Bellamy.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's really wonderful to be back here on Compost Corner. And may I say how marvellous it is to be back here on Compost Corner. Thank you very much.
What are you going to show us today? It's a particularly interesting time of the year for the garden.
Yeah, we've got a wonderful opportunity to examine the little plants that we've got in our garden. First of all, let me come over here. This is a Sylvester plant, and it's really wonderful. Have a look at the little base of the stem. As you can see, at the base of the plant, it's a really big plant, so you need a lot of pot to put it in. Now, we've got these little hair-like substances down here, and it makes funny little noises. This proves that we can communicate with plants. It's really wonderful. Now, as we get to the top part of the plant, it's really wonderful. Look at that. It's really, but it develops a couple of disgusting little habits that we've got to stop in the order of before it goes too far. Thank you very much. Now, all we need now to make sure that it's well fertilised is my old friend pig manure. Get it in your hand, splash it all over.
That's the wrong impression.
Sorry. Really. Oh, sorry. Well, it's really wonderful to be back here on Compost Corner with my wonderful friend Pig Manure. Now, what you need to do...
This is Tiswas. I'm enjoying it enormously.
Right. Try a bit more gently, David. Sorry.
It's a kid show. What you need is some Compost Corner pig manure. You get it all up the base of the plant. especially for these little hairs that go up and down the plant, and it's really wonderful. And now, once you've got it fertilised, all you need is your moisture. It's really wonderful. This is what makes it all worthwhile all year round. It's really... just a little bit of moisture. It's really wonderful. And you get it all over with the pig manure, and it's really wonderful.
2, 3, 4. Mule train, clippity clopping through the wind and the rain. Seems as how they'll never stop. Clippity clop, clippity, 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 clippity clopping along. There we go then. Mule train, clippity clopping through the wind and the rain. There we go until they drop. Clippity clop, clippity, 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 clippity clopping along. Hey, come back, keep shaking, come back, keep shaking. Get along, mule, get along. Mule train, they're clippity clopping down the mountain chain. Soon they're gonna reach the top. Clippity clop, clippity, 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 clippity clopping along. Swing back a little bit more, Mr. Blackman, you're all right. There's the left to put the Get along, mule, get along.
About the mysterious epidemic which is spreading all over Britain. It appears that mysterious people are wandering into television studios and doing silly impressions of Frank Spencer. It's got to...
I've been having a bit of trouble, all right? How you doing? He's my brother.
And people keep doing this impression and sticking their finger up.
How you doing, all right? He's my little boy. I've been having a bit of trouble with Betty.
And it must stop because this epidemic must be...
I say. What is green, has 8 legs, and if it fell out of a tree, it would kill you?
We don't know, Frank. What is green, got 8 legs, and if it fell out of a tree, would kill you?
Snooker devil.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I went to the psychiatrist the other day. He said you're ugly. I said I want a second opinion. He said you're crackers too.
Ladies and gentlemen, this record proudly presents the 4 Bucketeers.
This is the song we lovers of war to sing. We can't go wrong, we're happy as a king. We beat the drum as we march along, we clash the cymbal and bang the gong. We sing out strong, the bucket of water song.
Stand on one leg and point up at the sun. Breath full of your nose, we're sure it must be fun. But no matter who or what you are, we know something you'll enjoy by far to sing out this song, the bucket of water song.
This is the song we lovers of war to sing. We can't go wrong, we're happy as a king. We beat the drum as we march along, we clash the cymbal and bang the gong. We sing out strong, the bucket of water song.
Though life is hard, we do the best we can. Against evil we guard to help our fellow man. We put the baddies in their place, we fight the foes of the human race. But whatever the case, we take it in the face.
To the water pumps, march and get fresh water.
Are you sure this is what they want?
This is the song we lovers of war to sing. We can't go wrong, we're happy as a king. We beat the drum as we march along, we clash the cymbal and bang the gong. We sing out strong, the bucket of water song. war to sing. We conquer wrong, we're happy as a king. We beat the drums, we march along, we crash the cymbal and bang the gong. We sing out strong, the bucket of water song. This is the song we lovers of war to sing. We conquer wrong, we're happy as a king. We beat the drums, we march along, we crash the cymbal and bang the gong. We sing out strong, the bucket of water song.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to this, the very sad moment, this, because this is the final compost corner. As you know, last week we did the penultimate compost corner. And of course, it's such a long, long, long time now since we did that very, very first ever compost corner.
This Viking creature is really wonderful. It's really bright and alert, and just note the colourful foliage.
If I may say so, they look remarkably like a pair of dirty old greasy pyjamas.
Ah, well, you see, this is like most other plants. It tends to spend most of its time in its beds. In its bed, a flower in a bed. Well, I am dry this morning, Chris.
Well, I'm sure we can rectify that. That's what I've just been...
Come back, the gag wasn't that funny. Thanks very much, Chris. Very refreshing.
Continue with the impression.
I'll try and continue.
Let's see, if it's going to do predictions. It's going to do predictions. Plants can't normally talk.
Oh, neither can I at this moment in time, Chris. Where was I? Now, the most remarkable thing about this plant, Chris, is its great power of foreseeing, hence the glasses.
What? Why should it have glasses?
Well, it's foreseeing. The glass is foreseeing. This is what they want.
Hang on, then I'll just
push the remote control
button.
Push
a remote control button.
You're right, Chris.
Try another one, Chris. You might get a whib tickler.
The grape. What's small and round and burns cakes? Alfred the grape. What's small and round
Have
and
you
burns
noticed,
cakes?
Chris?
Alfred the grape.
Have you noticed, Chris? That it never seems to laugh at its own jokes.
Nor does anybody else, I've noticed. I've seen it in cabaret.
But it does tend to giggle a lot, especially if you stick your finger up this little orifice. Here, have a go.
Oh, that's it again. It seems to be working, David. It seems to be working.
Get it out of there.
dance floor, spread the tablecloth and lay out
Everybody knows that's for the condensed milk. Let me hear you sing this song. Come on, people, we can't go wrong. Let's get down. Mash it up one time. Yes, sir. You can do better louder. I can't hear you louder. Let's get down. Let's get down now and feel the groove. I love this stuff. I can really move. Come on, girls, in a second. Let's see you go now. Algernon wants you to say okay. Algernon wants you to say okay. Clap your hands if you feel the beat. Wheeling and rocking, it's really neat. Come on, let's hear ya. Algernon wants you to say okay. Algernon wants you to say okay. Let's get down and feel the groove. I love this stuff, I can really move. Oh.
Well, if you wonder, actually, you know, we talk about going on summer holiday. We ourselves are going on holiday in not too many weeks' time. You'll be delighted to hear. But in fact, the flan flinger we just heard, the Phantom Flan Flinger, is actually going on holiday today. I don't know if we can see over there. They're actually just sort of packing and getting ready. There they are, the flinger family. Nicely, those delightful little children. There they are, ready with their pies they're going to have on the beach, aren't they? No, actually, they seem to be taking things out as fast as the flan flinger. Hang on, he seems to be losing. I don't quite know what's happening over there. Hang on a second. As fast as he's he seems to have lost his temper completely with his children at this stage. Oh dear. Hang on. The other two don't seem to be doing a fat lot. No, he's trying to pack those buckets and custard pies very nicely. I don't quite know what that was. Horrid looking. No, he seems to be dear. He seems to have lost his temper completely with that one as well. They're a funny family actually. We met their mother this morning. We've now met the rest of the family. They really are pretty ghastly actually, most of them. Anyway, they're getting ready. As you can see, there'll be no more custard pies the next 2 weeks on this programme. It'll be lovely, quiet, disciplined broadcasting. They'll be off, of course, towards blue skies and golden beaches.
Hello, welcome back, and the most extraordinary scenes here in Studio 3, live from Birmingham. We've got all the adults from the audience actually doing the fly, the dying fly, in the corridor outside one of our studios. A more ridiculous sight I don't think I've ever seen. There's the man who normally makes the custard pies, but unfortunately, as the music started, he was unable to continue. So strong is the urge, the irresistible urge to do the dying fly. There's people scattered all over the building. There's Sally Jones, I don't quite know what she's doing. She's trying to put the finishing touches to her makeup. Trevor Reese was trying to do his football boot cleaning, but unfortunately that too was everything stops for the dying fly playing away. There's Oliver Spencer. I think, oh, there's the Phantom Flan Flinger. He was actually just about to perpetrate some particularly ghastly, dastardly deed, and in fact he too was struck down by the sheer irresistible power of the music. I can see David Soul, there's David Essex, I can just see Eddie Kidd on his motorbike upside down doing the dying fly. These really are the most extraordinary scenes that I think I've ever seen in this studio, and we must admit over the years we've had some pretty extraordinary scenes. Really, there's people all around me, just their legs and arms kicking in the air. This really is quite lovely. These ghastly children we brought in this morning from Manchester doing the dying fly. If you're wondering why I'm standing here not doing the dying fly, it's because I'm nobody's fault. I've got cotton wool in my ears, and in fact I can't hear this silly, awful, ghastly music. And in fact, I'm going to stand up and take no notice of this nonsense whatsoever. I'll tell you what, underneath me there, they're getting very, very tired. They're starting to puff and blow.
In Oxford Street today, a suicidal Japanese fighter pilot crashed his plane. Pardon?
I changed these a long time ago, and it was really...
Well, good morning, Daddy.
It's really nice to see you, and how's Mummy going on?
I've decided to come to give you a small lesson in how
some tips
how it's done.
Well, that's amazing. Well, why don't you sit down there, Mr. McDonald, and let's see if we can really get it on.
I mean, I'm not too sure, but should I try?
Let Makeup have a look at this. He has some smattering of grey, and he has a little... I've always wondered what this is. I always thought it was dirt. Yeah.
Sorry.
Can you let him read? Okay. Go on. Yes,
Would you listen carefully now?
Can I throw some water?
No. No water. No water.
The real Joe.
I'm supposed to read this. Good morning, it says here. I'm terribly sorry about that. I wonder why. Reports are coming in that Mr. Albert Shortfuse, who is known as the human cannonball, was still stuck in the barrel of a cannon at Barnard Circus this morning. A doctor has tied a rope around his ankles and says he's certain that the man will pull through.
One for you, one for me, one for you, one for me. While wine is on the table, please don't go away. Just lay your body down. Now I don't know what I would do if you got up to me. My jealous heart beats deep inside and right here on my sleeve. If I could show a girl like you such loving and affection, I don't wanna make no speeches. Here ain't no election. Please don't go away, honey, change your line of stay. Hot love's on the way, honey, let me hear you say. One for you, one for me. Please don't go away, honey, change your mind and stay. Hot love's on the way, honey, let me hear you say. Don't go, baby, please don't go. One for you, one for you, one for me, one for me, one for you, one for you, one for me, one for me, one for you, you, one for me, me, one for you, you, one for me, one for you, you, one for me, one for you, you, one for me, one for you, one for you. One for me, one for you, one for me. Saturday,
wondering, actually, with the time now at...
well, it's about 25
10,
to 11.
something like that.
20
You're
to
probably
11.
wondering, well, here we are, back on a new series of Tiswas. I wonder what time the first custard pie of the new series
the
will
question
arrive.
you're
You're probably
asking.
asking yourself.
Well, there we are. That solved that problem.
Oh, there you are. Let's clear that up.
This fellow walks into the bar, you see, and there's a large Alsatian dog, so he goes...
Sorry, Frank. It's not yet, mate. They cut you early, actually. It's not item 27, I think, isn't it? Sorry about that.
Yes, there's no water in that there.
No, there shouldn't be any water. Sorry, I don't quite know what happened there.
A bit earlier. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, can I only apologise?
Good morning. Trevor McDonald here with the news. Reports are coming in of a new disease which has reached fatal proportions in all parts of England. This disease is called Cooperitis. The victim is urged at any time of day or night to put on a red hat, like this, and do terribly silly voices. I'm terribly sorry. It is very contagious, and, I'm sorry, extremely dangerous, just like that. Anyone coming in contact with this disease is advised to go to the doctor. I went to the doctor the other day. I said, "Doctor, it hurts when I go like that." He said, "Well, don't do that."
I said, let's have a controller. Let's have a controller. Says the pilot, what's your height and position? Is it like that? He says, I'm 5'6" and I'm sitting at the front.
I don't believe it. I don't even know what it is. It's nothing like it. I can't even do it. Who's that? I took my monkey. I bought a monkey. I bought an ape. An ape shop. Just like that. And my friend said, won't it grow very big? I said, yeah, it'll be 9 stone, and it'll be 9 foot tall and weigh 45 stone. He said, he said, where's he going to sleep? I said, anything he wants.
Anyone came the other day, and he said to me, Tommy said, I've just had all my teeth out. And he said, Tommy, never again.
I used to think I was a dog, but I'm all right now.
I went to the doctor's the other day. I said, "Doctor, I had a terrible dream last night. I dreamed I had a 10-pound marshmallow. I woke up in the morning, the pillow was gone."
Hello.
Good morning. I'm collecting for the old folks home. I'm wondering if you can help.
Yeah, all right, hang on. All right, how about these two? They do? All right. All right, darling. Cheers, mate. Take care. All right, mate. The cage actually been very quiet this morning, but I've got a letter from John Cathcart of Pudsey. He says, "Dear Chris, I couldn't help noticing the speed with which you attacked the cage the other day. One second they were all smiling and dry, but the next they were soaked and squealing. Bucket after bucket you seem to throw at them. How many buckets do you think you could throw over the cage in 30 seconds? Well, I don't know, John, but I'll certainly have a go. Can we? We've got the clock here. Tiswas water time, right? Can we start the clock? Right. Here we go. Start.
This fellow walks into the bar, and the bloke has a big Alsatian dog. So he says to the fella, "Does your dog bite?" So the where's Keith? That's wrong. It's not there.
Sorry, Frank. No, it's not. You're right. It's item 24.
Well, we'll try and get it right.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Frank.
Tum-ti-tum-ti-tum-ti-tum-ti-tum-ti-tum-ti-tum, puddly-puddly-pum. Good morning. Welcome to Pulse Beat. It's not every week on Pulse Beat we get a former child star, a great TV actor, and international rock singer all rolled into one. This week is no exception, so here instead is Dennis Waterman. Dennis, it's really a great privilege to interview a person like yourself, a child star, TV actor of great renown, and international rock star. I'm usually interviewing members of parliament, cabinet ministers, prime ministers, so this interview is a great change for me, and there's so much I want to ask you. There's so much I want to know about you, and so do the millions of viewers watching at this moment. For example, I'm really dying to know what it was like to have played Just William. I mean, you really must have had lots of fun there. You were 12 years old in show business, playing alongside great actors. I'm sure we would all really like to know what it was like. And we're also dying to know what it was like to have a British welterweight boxing champion as a brother. I mean, did you fight with him? Did he protect you? Did you use his name at school, like, if you don't give me that chocolate, I will tell my brother, the British welterweight boxing champion, and he will beat you up? And you, of course, became nationally known yourself in your own right through that very successful TV series, The Sweeney. Millions of us would like to know what it was like. To know if you even had a stuntman or did you take part in the fights and car chases yourself. And we'd all like to know what it's like working with George Cole in Minder. How do you get on behind the scenes with him? What's he like away from the cameras? And of course, finally, we'd all like to know how you became a rock star. Did you write the songs yourself? And where did you learn to sing? Well, Dennis, it's been really interesting talking to you. I could have gone on for hours, and I'm sure there's a lot more you'd have liked to have said. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for. Thank you for coming. Tune in next week, and we shall be asking the burning question, how much is that doggy in the window, and does it come any cheaper without the waggly tail? Tum-ti-tum-ti-tum-ti-tum, tum-ti-tum-ti-tum, tum-tum-ti-tum-ti-tum, puddly-puddly.
Now, it's time for us to introduce a fabulous new multi-million-pound competition to the programme. It's time for Spot the Benny!
Hello and welcome to Spot the Benny, the fabulous new money no object quiz game that tests your knowledge of your very own TV favourite. Yes, just how well do you think you know the backward boy beneath the balaclava, the witless weed under the woolly? Let's have a good look at our two finalists. Now, they've been chosen with great difficulty from hardly any other applicants. We can assure you that one of these is the real Benny, arguably the most powerful television actor of the century, and equally arguably nothing of the sort. The man who, whilst peeling an orange for his boss, coined that now classic English phrase, "Oi got a jaffa for the gaffer." Right, you've had a look at them. Now let's hear them speak. This should help you at home. Now listen very carefully, all of you. Contestant A, will you speak now, please?
Well, I just been in the barn and everything with Mr. Cottrell. I think he's really good. I like it here.
Okay. So you've seen and heard contestant A. Contestant B, let's have a look at you. How about you? Could you be the real Benny? Contestant B, will you speak now, please?
Oh, for a muse of fire that would ascend the brightest heaven of invention, a kingdom for a stage, princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene.
Thank you very much, contestant B. So there you have it. You've had a good listen to them both. Have one last look at them. Take your time. Have one last lingering look at them. Which one do you think at home is the real Benny? Which is the witless wonder under the woolly? Postcards only, please, and they must arrive here at ATV Studios not later than 12:25 this very morning. OK, so get those postcards in as fast as you can. Ah, here comes the first post now. Thank you very much indeed. Ah, there comes the second post already. A tremendous response. Ah, yes, and there goes the last post. And the first all-correct postcard I pick out of the postbag gets a free weekend in Tahiti with Reg Cottrell, and let's have a look at it. Is it a winner? It's a Mrs. M. Mortimer, I think that is, from King, I can't read the postmark, King's O something. She guesses, Mrs. Mortimer guesses, contestant A, and she's absolutely correct! Well done, well done! To be the real Benny. I know my Benny anywhere, says Mrs. Mortimer from King's O. Well done, well done, well done. Congratulations, contestant A, the real Benny from Crossroads. Thank you very much indeed.
Upset.
What?
Well, it's me, innit? I mean, she should know it's
not.
me.
No,
I
it's
come here
not.
and they said they was going to win.
Get
You
off,
said you were going to...
your hand. Get off.
This fellow walks into the pub and there's a big altercation door.
Sorry, it's the only way we can attract your attention. It's not yet.
It's not yet. It's later on.
You'll say some jokes later.
Now, you'll have to do it right. Now,
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another edition of Oops, Cookery Nook. I'm sorry, I can't tell you what that is till after the sketch is finished. Well, today... Shut up, Rubble. Today, I'm going to show you how to stick your head in a really delicious lemon souffle. Now, this is a classical French recipe invented by the great French chef Émile Lapouf as long ago as Tuesday. So, first of all, we need 12 really fresh, very nice and fresh farm eggs. Please, the 12 eggs. Here we go, really fresh. You want some really fresh in the bowl with them. Thank you very much. And here's one. Oh, no, that's a little too fresh. That's a little too fresh, I think. Oh, dear. Sorry about that, hen. Now then, you put them in the bowl, and will you take that upstaging hen away, please? How can I act? They do that, you know, when they're chicken. Anyway, we whip up the eggs, beat them, you know, beat them really hard. Think of them as your children, something like that, you know. Beat them up, there we go. Then we add a little bit of cream. A little bit of sugar. And the juice of 6 freshly squeezed plastic lemons. Then you add just a tiny little bit of kippered herring. Not too much here, because it does make it taste absolutely dreadful. So obviously the less you use here, the better. I really recommend none at all, but this is the best. Then a little drop of brandy. And you pop us in the oven. Now, after about an hour, you will begin to smell a really delicious aroma. But don't worry, have a quick wash, change your socks, and go straight back here to the oven. Now, we open the oven, and if you followed all my directions very, very carefully, you will find the most delicious, tasty, exquisitely, thank you, fragrant little lemon souffle you've ever seen in your life. Now, if you're a real perfectionist here, you'll just sprinkle it with a few little hazelnuts there. There we go, just round the top, and then it's ready to stick your head in it. Oh, Marvia, really very delicious, this one. Lightly adhesive, really quite superb. It's a very light pudding, and it's an ideal prelude to the coffee course, or the cheese. But of course, no elegant meal would really be complete without wine. And wine is a very difficult thing, because in the best sort of meals, people like to choose their own wines. There's no particular wine for any particular meal. So the only thing to do, really, is to just try them all and see the one you like best. Oh, this is a Côte de Bon Voyage. This is about 1970. It's all right, a little dusky in the bottle, a little over the hill, that one. Oh, that's a nice crisp one. Yes, that's very nice. Or if you prefer something you really can go upmarket. Now, this is something very, very special. This is a 1943 Côte de Nickers. It's really, really very lovely wine. And it's a pity to waste it, except if you're having a lovely beer like this. Oh, this is absolutely delicious. I think this is one here which I'm not going to like. No, I knew I'm not going to like that. So I'm going to leave that one for now. I'm going to give that to the chicken later.
Yes, I think you'll like the food here in this nation. You do deserve a slap-up feed. I mean, after all the work you've done for me this year. Well, I know I pay you 50 pence an hour, and you have 2 whole days holiday a year.
Yes, that's right, but it's very kind of you. There was really no names.
Nonsense, Miss Nation.
Cora. Please call me Cora.
Of course. Cora. No, I think the least I can do is buy you a very good meal.
There you are.
And
That's a clip from Coronation's treat.
I don't write the worst guy I ever saw.
Is it a kind of a dream floating down on the tide, following the river and death down the stream? Or isn't it a dream? There's a fog along the horizon, a strange blur in the sky. And nobody seems to know when. What does it mean? Ah, it's in a dream. Bright eyes, burning like fire. Bright eyes, how can you close and fail? How can you like a bird so brightly, suddenly bird so pale? Bright eyes.
Now, excitement upon excitement. Something so fantastic is going to happen. It's time for the Phantom Flam Flagger Challenge.
Hello and welcome to the show that's got it all. The show where it's our pleasure and our privilege to try and make you happy. If you're happy, then I'm happy, and if I'm happy, then we're all happy. Is everybody happy? Let's have a go. Okay, once again, the man of menace and malice in the mask, whoever he may be, the Phantom Flamfling and the blackest fiend in the cosmos, is itching to get into action. Let's meet the first very welcome guests. Now, let's start with you, I think. So let's reverse the normal procedure. What's your name, sir?
Dennis Waterman.
Dennis, are you sure? We weren't expecting a Dennis Waterman.
I think, hold on.
Okay, well, that'll have to do. What about you, my darling?
Sue from Legs and Co.
Sue from what firm do you work for?
Legs and Co.
Legs and Co.
Legs and Co.
That's fine. Nothing to do with broad. No. Okay, well, let's have a look at the fabulous prize. We've got lots of prizes today. We've got a fabulous dream holiday for two overlooking one of Europe's most beautiful waterways. I don't know if you can see that. A never-to-be-forgotten meal for four in one of Britain's most exclusive restaurants. And this week, why not get away from it all? Be treated like royalty. Spend 7 dreamlike days completely on your own in Morocco. Completely chauffeur-driven limousine, non-English-speaking dancers, and guaranteed blistering sunburn in 30 minutes while you wait. So, lots of prizes waiting to be won. We're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, if I can start with you, sir, again. Take your time on this one, take your time. Nice and simple stuff. What's the capital of Wales? Now, take your time, is it Scotland? Is it Harry Seacombe's vest? Nice and quiet, please. I must ask for quiet. He's having to concentrate. This is very difficult. Or is it Cardiff?
Yes.
Absolutely correct. It is Cardiff. Well done, well done, well done. Okay, girls, take your time, take your time. Now, what do you like at geography?
Oh, brilliant. Great.
Okay, well, this is about the cinema in which famous Western did Yul Brynner lead a dedicated band of gunfighters, which included Steve McQueen, James Coburn, and Charles Bronson in a fight to the death against a band of Mexican bandits?
Magnificent Seven.
The Magnificent Seven, absolutely correct. It's in 2 parts. What other famous film was the hero attacked by a really uncontrollably angry pack of bananas?
Would you like to repeat the question?
I'm not sure I could with these teeth. In what other famous film was the hero attacked by a really uncontrollably angry pack of bananas?
Snow White and Seven Dwarfs.
Sorry, no, it was the Wild Bunch. Take your time, not to worry. Plenty of time to catch up. Lovely contest so far. Dennis, can you multiply? Nice and quiet, please.
I don't believe it.
Come on, I'm being asked a question.
Well, that is the answer, that is the question. I must ask for quiet, girls, please. Now there's trouble with the Nolan sisters. Can you multiply 9,865 by 6,523? 9,865 by 6,523.
64,349,395.
Well done, well done, well done. Okay. Plenty of time to catch up, don't worry. This could be the peak of your career so far. This year's date, 1980, can you multiply it by 45?
No.
This year's date, 1980, can you multiply by 45 and then multiply again by 774?
Madam,
206.
206. No, I'm sorry, that's completely wrong. It should be 68,963,400. I'm sorry, I don't know where you got that. Girls, I must insist on quiet. This is not fair on the other contestants. Dennis, I'm sorry. In that marvellous Peter Cushing film, The Curse of the Pharaohs... What? In that marvellous Peter Cushing film, The Curse of the Pharaohs, one of Peter's relatives played the monster. Who was it?
His mummy.
His mummy, absolutely right. Well done. Right. Right, never mind. Plenty of time to catch up. Plenty of time to catch up. Don't worry. Very fair contest so far. What was the correct title of that brilliant box office smash hit? You must concentrate, however difficult it may be, that featured an extremely small man who spends his whole day counting chickens. Sorry, no, it was Brief Hen Counting. Really exciting. A lovely balanced contest. Once again, the old man with the sigh has come knocking at the door. The winner's answer. Sadly, it's time for us to say au revoir, but hopefully we'll see you next week. I'll be here if you'll be there. And don't forget, you come over there because I'll stay over here. And again, if you come here, we'll see you again next time.
Have you brought any souvenirs back? You brought any other souvenirs back that you brought? This, down here. What's this? What on earth was that for? Make double the amount of sandcastles. You idiot. But surely you brought a little something else. A present? A gift? A little trinket? Souvenir? Just a little something. Surely you even brought me a little piece of rock. Well, give it to me.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to this, the last but one Compost Corner.
Last but one Compost Corner!
Obviously, logically, that means that next week we'll be doing the very last ever Compost Corner. And of course, I can still remember the first ever Compost Corner.
First ever Compost Corner!
And there have been so many, 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 many Compost Corners in between.
Many Compost
A bit later on, we'll be talking to a soft drinks millionaire who earlier today threw a High Court judge into his fruit crushing machine and got legal aid. But first, my best... Isn't that funny? But first, my special guest at Sentinel of the Soil, come in, Professor D.P. Gumby. D.P.
Yes.
D.P.
Where are you? Where's your voice coming from?
I
hear things with my brain,
You're
but I
almost
don't
certainly
see.
one of, I think I can say probably the most respected gardening authorities in Britain. I think I can say that. Can I? I'd like to, if I could. It would please me enormously to be able to say that.
Have a go, have a go. Have a go and say it. Say it with your mouth.
Respected, if not the most respected gardening authorities in Britain.
Yes, yes, whatever you say, I am.
Of all the many, many
my brain.
flowers in your...
Oh, it slipped on the other side of my head.
Of all
Can
the
you
many,
just stick it there? Oh, there.
Of all the many, many flowers
Bonjour.
your marvellous...
Bonjour.
Marvellous garden.
Hello, Dickie. Yeah.
Which do you think is your great personal favourite in your garden? Flowers.
Rosemary Clooney.
Rosemary Clooney. What exactly does it look like? What's its
Oh,
petal
I don't
formation?
know. I don't know. I don't know why. What? It's gone over there now. It gets to cut in my ear. Oh, it's gone down by the knee. It's gone down by the knee. My brain is by the knee.
It's all the same with you, DP. I think I'll leave it where it is. I'm not going down there for however much money I'm getting for this item. I think of all the many, many things you are respected for,
Cottage.
DP. I think probably you're best known for your flower arranging.
I say great. Yes, great. It's a great hobby. It's my hobby. I'm very good at it. It's my hobby.
Yes, I know that.
That's what I was going to say when I first came on.
Well, before the brain went
Oh,
back,
yes.
Perhaps you could give us a demonstration of your great hobby.
Yes,
flower
Dickie.
arranging.
Yes, Dickie, I will.
Now? This morning? Ideally before 12:30.
Yeah, before 12:30. What's the time?
It's getting on close.
Oh, I have not got my watch on. Oh, yes, there it is. Yes, 12:15.
The flower arranging.
First take.
Yes.
Was this the chicken I was working with earlier?
It's not.
I think that's the best thing for it.
Right, the flowers.
First take, a bunch of flowers. Pretty petunias, tulips, chrysanthemums, the rums. Then arrange them artistically in a vase. Get into the vase. Get in there. Get into the vase. Oh, get in. Oh, I'll carry myself off. Oh. No, I won't.
Well, thank you very much, Professor D.P. Gunbally. That's more than enough this morning. That's the lot from this, the last but one ever compost corner. Seems a shame to waste it while it's here. Don't forget to stay to discover our special guest a bit later on, but that's all from last ever compost corner but one. Here's Jamesy.
But I say, what do you get if you cross Cough the Cat with the Prime Minister?
I don't know, Sally. What do you get if you cross Cough the Cat with the Prime Minister?
Moggy Thatcher! Swear, tell him.
Now, of course, it's the good gag section of the programme. Two Irishmen were going through a cemetery, and one sat down and he says, "Oh, boy, I'm tired." He said, "Look, Mick, this fella's lived to a ripe old age, 137. He said, "What's his name?" He said, "Miles from London."
That was the worst thing I ever heard.
Well, that's worse than I normally get. Now, I've got another lovely gag for you. The fella says, "All right, Mick, let's get to bed. I've set the clock for 7. He said, "What for? There's only 2 of us."
Just spotted a little poem here from Roger Phillips, who says he's 11. I don't believe that. It's from Shoebury Nest. "I've got a little budgie. He really is quite cute. He drinks gin instead of water and does impressions of a newt." Well, thank you very much.
You can't tell that.
I haven't, I didn't. But here's a clue to the next item.
Goodness gracious, how's about that then, guys and gals? Would you believe an amazing group of gentlemen, all the way, here they are, goodness gracious. The Barron Knights, wonderful, wonderful.
Yippee!
Nothing like it.
All day I faced the barren waste without the taste of water. Oh, Dan and I, with throats spun dry and souls that cry for water. Keep her moving down, don't you listen to and he spreads a burning and can you see water, woman is running water, and it's waiting there for me and you. The nights are cool, and I'm a fool inside the pool of water. And with the dawn, I wake and yawn and carry on to water. Don't you listen to him, man. He's a devil, not a man, and he spreads the burning sound with water. And can you see that big green tree where the water's running free, and it's waiting there for me and you? Big fish, lads.
And now, at virtually no expense whatsoever, we bring you the Chris Tarrant Lookalike Competition 1980. Will the two finalists please take their places? Thank you, gentlemen. Right now, state your cases, please. Will you please tell us why you are the Chris Tarrant lookalike to beat all Chris Tarrant lookalike?
Dear, oh dear, you big pudding. Look at that. Dear,
Well,
oh
I'm
dear.
virtually bound to win. Just like Chris Tarrant, I'm renowned for my silver tongue, my razor-sharp, incisive wit, and my dry humour.
Dear, oh dear. It's a bit wet to me, pal. A bit wet to me, pal. No contest.
Also, like Chris Tarrant, or the Chris Tarrant, my clothes are tailor-made with every care taken on style, fashion, and cut.
You big girl's blouse. Look at that. Dear, oh dear. Put the creases back in that, eh, pal? Hey, look at this, eh?
I insist on the very finest shampoos to keep my hair light, springy, and free from the merest hint of dandruff. I have a
This is silly.
pleasant, clean-looking face,
Nothing like Chris
delicate,
Tarrant.
nicely angled features, and a complexion like a baby's bottom.
Think you need your nappy change, pal? Dear, oh
My
dear.
overall appearance is smooth, polished, dynamic, and my senses are constantly alert for any eventuality.
Oh, I'm so like Chris Tarrant. I could be Chris Tarrant. It's pathetic, this, isn't it? Look at that. Look at this.
What a close-fought competition, eh? Well, let's see now. Now, I'm
Rock
afraid
on, eh?
you don't look very much like Chris Tarrant. You're far too clean.
You'll do.
What? Ah, yes. This is definitely like Chris Tarrant. Absolutely disgusting, deceitful, slimy. A second smeller, almost.
This is a
yes,
rip-off.
I declare you the Chris Tarrant
He's
lookalike
tipped the
of
judges.
1980.
I say, what do you get if you cross Terry Wogan with New Year's Day?
I don't know. What do you get if you cross Terry Wogan with New Year's Day?
A blankety-blank holiday. Takes us minutes to write some of this stuff.
I say, what do you get if you cross, hang on, an elephant with British Airways?
I don't know, Sally. What do you get if you cross an elephant with British Airways?
A lost trunk.
Fantastic. Well, there you are. That's the underrun sorted out.
Well, now starting this week, a new series, a look at moments of world history as they really happened with our resident chronicler.
Hello, culture lovers. How are you doing? It's really great to be here working for all you history fanatics. And as you can see in front of your very eyes, yes, it's the lovely Cleopatra, love goddess to millions. And down through the ages, all you history people used to think that Cleopatra used to bathe in the ass's milk to keep her complexion nice and white and thing. Well, it just ain't true, because the old girl used to bathe in, yes, you're right, condensed milk. And when she was feeding a little peckish, she used to snap her fingers twice. And along would come her big, beautiful slave and give her 2 hunks of bread, and she'd get stuck into the great big bread and condensed milk sandwich. It was really great. That was the soul food. Never mind this ass's milk rubbish. The alabaster complexion was there. It was the condensed milk. It was really nice. Okay.
Who the elbow? Man of mystery, clairvoyant, extraordinaire, prophet unparalleled.
This story, my mum hasn't heard this one yet, actually. I've got to tell her this one yet. She hasn't heard it.
Anticipate it.
But this is about, you know Captain Kidd, the pirate?
I know him.
The infamous
I know of
Captain Kidd, yeah. Well, you know he had lots of treasure, and what he did, he stored all his treasure and he buried it on a treasure island.
Brilliant.
And some of the natives on the island accidentally discovered...
Sorry, Harry, can you be quiet? He's trying to tell me a very, very interesting
Some of the
story.
natives actually discovered where...
Discovered something wrong with their nose?
No, they discovered where the treasure was hidden and they found it. And they took it away because obviously they knew it was stolen, and they took it away. And the
Sussed it straight away.
the leader of the natives, he thought, what can we do? Because if Captain Kidd finds out, he'll hurt us and beat us up.
He'd be in trouble.
So he decided to hide the treasure. He was looking for a safe place to hide. He decided to hide it in his grandfather's apiary, which is where his grandfather kept his bees. You see.
I was hoping you'd explain that.
An apiary is where you
Save
keep
me
bees.
asking.
Where you keep bees. So he hid all the treasure in his grandfather's apiary.
A stroke
and
of
he
genius.
had to, and he had to find a way he had to find a way, see, Chris, of telling all his mates, his fellow natives, where he'd stuck and put the treasure. And so he had to send them a note, but he tried to think of a way of coding the note so that he could let them know, without anybody else finding out, that he'd hidden all the treasure in his grandfather's apiary. So he did this coded message, and do you know what the message was? It said, "Booty is in the beehives of the older." That's the booty what he'd got. The Captain Kidd's treasure is in the beehives, that's the apiary, of the older. That was his grandfather, Captain Kidd.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
Not you, fish face.
We had a lot of mail over the course of this series saying that people aren't very impressed by Cough the cat. They don't think he does a fat lot. That goes for the producer as well. He doesn't think he does a great deal. Typical sort of letter from Port Carol, Mel, Moggy, Paulina Pant. There's a great list of them here. We wish to file a complaint concerning the introduction of a newish character called Cough the Cat. Charlie the monkey's very mischievous, spits, but I've never heard a murmur from that pathetic so-called blue Cough the Cat. In fact, he should be abolished from the show. He's a gormless moggy, unworthy of the feline species. That's fairly typical, actually.
The problem is, you see, Chris, that he actually had a character problem, living so much with Spit the dog, and he decided to call his...
Oh, you've had a character problem.
Have his name as Cough. But he can only cough when he's got a bad throat, which isn't very often. But he's trying now. He's trying now to team up with Spit so they can do a duet called Spit and Cough.
Oh, we'll look forward to that with total indifference.
Good morning. And reports are coming in. In a daring daylight robbery in London today, thieves got away with one of the biggest hauls ever known. It was the Albert Hall. It's great to be back. And further news is coming up of a mass religious meeting which was held at Twickenham Rugby Ground today. Billy Graham claimed to have converted 230 disbelievers, and another 42 bounced back off the goalpost. Excellent shot, Chris. A man appeared in court in Birmingham today after he'd broken into a wickerwork factory and tried to avoid arrest by throwing a picnic basket over a constable. He was charged with hampering the police. Oh, it's so good to be back, kids. Magic.
Here's Arnold, our resident expert, with a few helpful hints for travellers in Europe.
Hello there. As my colleague rightly says, I'm here with a few helpful hints for travellers going to Europe. Quiet, please, just haven't come yet. The first thing to do is do everything in your power to avoid a place. It's a long way away, it's full of foreigners, most of whom who can't even speak decent English. Smell of garlic, go around with onions hanging off their bicycles and carry black puddings in their shoulder holsters under their sweaty European armpits. Not that I have anything personally against Europeans. Some of my best friends have spoken to Europeans. Well, at least shouted at them, you know. Oh, show off, Frenchie. What a badge in court, then. That gets the moral superiority straight away. Let them know. Let them know historically where you're standing. But don't mention Leeds United, right? OK, and if you do have to go to the place, turn over the card. Thank you. Whatever you do... Well, a magic broken. Whatever you do, don't eat the food. They're always eating it, and millions of them die every year. And that can't be just coincidence, can it? So, make sure you boil everything you eat, drink, and sit on. Another thing, why do you think they have so many nice little tables outside the restaurants, eh? Because they don't allow them in there! With a stinking garlic-filled breath putting off the tourist train, eh? And a word about going to the toilet. Don't. If you can possibly avoid it. It's difficult, I know, on a 2-week package tour, but if you can hold out, you'll come home laughing. Well, yeah, grinning anyway. Buildings, a lot of people crack up the buildings abroad. Very nice, you know, not so well designed as far as I can see. Look at Venice. So badly put up, it floods every year, right in the middle of the summer. Pisa, television tower's 900 years old, leaning over. Reception's bloody terrible. Terrible, sorry. God, it's 10:30. So next time you're offered 2 free tickets for an all-expenses-paid holiday in Monte Carlo, get behind the dustbin, flap your arms up and down, pretend you're a penguin. They'll soon go away and leave you to enjoy Mablethorpe as you have done every year. Me, personally, well, I shall be going up to bang my head against a brick wall in the Durham area, as I have for the last 10 years. Very nice, cheap holiday, and leaves you lovely and relaxed afterwards. But as I say, if you do have any problems about dealing with the filthy foreigners, just write to me, Arnold Goatbender, Chairman, British Tourist Board. Thank you very much. Good night.
The good thing about bread and condensed milk sandwiches is you can really get into the dunking in the tea.
That's revolting.
It's really great. In fact, I'm dunking for Jamaica. It's really good. Listen, all you people, see, you remember last week when I did that great joke?
Could I ever forget how
with the garden hoe and the house key, and it was hoe key. Well, this week I've got another one with the great athlete, Sebastian Coe, and there's the key, and it's Coe key. So I've got a great dance. It's the hoe key, Coe key, oh, the hokey cookie.
I don't believe it.
Oh, the hokey cookie.
Good morning. This week's hard-hitting budget also badly affected gardeners everywhere. The Chancellor has ruled that as from midnight tonight, flowers must have shorter stems. This has caused a big slump on the stalk market. There is also to be a ban on all fertilizers, which means that in the future, all flowers will have to be self-raising. And finally, the Chancellor is introducing a new tax on lawns. This will be assessed by specially appointed turf accountants.
Excuse me. Lenny Henry, you thought you were here to do a rather unconvincing impression of a well-known newscaster making a bucket of water thrown over your head, but in fact this morning, Lenny Henry, comedian, catastrophic, this is your life! Sit yourself down here, Lenny, that's right. Don't worry about the water. Don't worry about that. Yes, Lenny Henry, impressionist, improbable, characterizer, charismatic. This is your life, and what a life it's been. You were born 22 years ago in the picturesque little market village of Wolverhampton. It should have been Dudley, but you were so ugly as a baby, the stork had to be blindfolded and lost his way. You spent a happy little childhood playing with Kissy and Chicken George, and from the very first, it was obvious you were destined to be a great comedian.
Well, hello there, man. How's the things going with you? Do you remember when we was in school together, man?
You haven't seen him since preschool playgroup all those years ago. Flown in from Rochdale. Come in, Mike Harding. Oh. You must have a tremendous fund of anecdotes to tell us about this fella here.
Oh, yes, man. I remember once he gave the cat a load of dried peas, man. He gave the cat about 400 dried peas, and then some bicarbonate of soda, and then some vinegar. And then he'd take the cat out and hold she upside down by the tail and machine gun all the sparrows.
Well, it sounds an innocent enough picture. Thank you very much, Mike Harding. All sorts of surprises to come up, Lenny. Oh, no. You were educated at the Winston Spencer Churchill School for young psychopaths and mad poisoners in the Black Country. You were so dumb as a pupil that when the teacher told you to stand in the corner, you had to stop and ask the way 8 times. And you were so bad at games that even when they just used you as one of the goalposts at football, you had to be substituted at half-time. But it was about this time that you first heard this voice. Yes, that's right. He was a desperately struggling comedian when you first knew him, but he's got a lot worse since then. Come in, Frank Carson. You must have all sorts of very quick, short anecdotes to tell us.
Well, give me a chance to get a gagging, will you? Yes, I remember when I first saw Lenny, I said, this lad will never make it, and I was right.
Well, thank you very much, Frank. The shortest thing you've ever done. Thank you very much, Frank Carson. Now, Lenny, it was about this time that you got your first ever big television break. You and Chicken George were sitting quietly in the garden, trying desperately to remember the African, sticking pins in the model of Tony Hatch. When it all came true, you were asked to appear at the London Palladium on that marvellous ATV programme, New Faces. Have a look at this over there, Lenworth.
Here's my most recent poem that I wrote while I was waiting for Joe Bugner to hit me. The great Joe Bugner, I did fight. one night in far-off Malaysia. And I must give credit to that English boy. He did better than Smoking Joe Frazier. But by round 15 of that famous fight, poor Joe, he looked an ugly sight. He looked like a man who would cross the road without first learning his green cross code. When I step into a ring, they all say I'm lucky, but I knock them dead when I say, hello, Doc King.
There you are from you, Casey. Marvellous impressions, those were. However they were supposed to be. Fame and fortune quickly followed. You became a household name like Brillo pad and toilet roll. Your face was seen everywhere except down coal mines, and you were regularly spotted rubbing shoulders with the famous. That was a strange sort of habit. A lot of the famous got pretty cheesed off with it. But one internationally famous celebrity was very impressed by your obvious early potential.
Goodness gracious, young sir. I see you haven't got your MBE yet.
That's right, star of television, radio and railway siding. Come in, Jimmy Savile. All sorts of memories of this young fella here, James.
As it happens, guys and girls, I was running through Hyde Park. As it happens. I was running through Hyde Park, young sir, when like a coconut hit me on the buns, on the nuts. Goodness gracious. Up I looked, and there he was, in the tree, young sir, this geezer up there. Now, how's about, do a quick impression of me, a quick, fabulous, because this is the age of the pain.
Thank you very much indeed. This jockey, Jimmy Savile. Well, now, Lenny, at this stage, it never looked as if you'd make it to the top as a comedian, and some mornings here it still doesn't. You decided at this stage that you ought to try your hand at acting. Have a little look at this from 5 years ago from London Weekend Television.
I've got it. The perfect wedding anniversary present for Mum and Dad. I'll paint him another picture of me.
Oh, no, not again. I knew you'd suggest that. We want to give them a pleasant surprise, not a foregone conclusion.
All right. How about an electric blanket?
The 20th wedding anniversary is China. We got to get them something in China.
Okay, we'll get them an electric blanket made in Hong Kong.
Piece of acting there, won you the makeup.
Yeah.
Won you the 1975 Hollywood Screen Girls Black Pudding. Your acting career didn't really seem to be getting anywhere, but your career as comedian was really going places. Places like Scunthorpe, Working Men's Club, the end of the Pier Pavilion, Wolverhampton, the Sands, Bradford, La Dolce Vita, Cowdenbeath. You did a number of very rough engagements, and you've been doing them ever since. But there was an old friend turned up in those days to help you with your microphone technique.
Testing, one, two. Let's have a bit of order.
Yes, that's right, the man who's done
Don't
for
give order,
sound
put the
engineering,
comic
what
on
Jeffrey
again.
Howe's done for the motorists. Come in, Norman Collier.
I keep working, man.
Yes, that's some marvellous memories. What was it like working with him?
Oh, beautiful, really was. I remember I announced him one night, and I did his wonderful Jolson routine. He's still got his makeup on. But I remember when he was running. Oh, absolutely terrific. And I said to the lady, I said, out 10. And I said, how do you want your money, heads or tail? Remember, Lenny?
Thank you very much indeed. Norman Collier. Well, now, Lenny, your career has gone from strength to strength. You've already made your first ever solo record, and I think we can now have a good look at you in hip-shaking, finger-popping, pop action. Have a little look at this. Fabulous new disc.
Algernon wants you to say okay.
There you are, that's more than enough of that. One person has stood quietly in the background, watching you rise to obscurity. You thought she was quietly in the background this morning, watching you at home, but in fact, we brought her in by mule train from Dudley. Come in, your mother, Mrs. Henry.
Not here.
Oh, no. Why are you at bingo burning?
Come on, now, shut up. What do you think you're doing?
Thank you very much. OK, sit yourself there, my darling. We've got one final surprise, really. It's again from the hysterically funny, mirth-laden by royal appointment Tiswas programme, one of your best-known classic impressions. Have a little look at this, Lenny, from about a year ago, I think, this one, from Tiswas. Television's Mr. Miracle himself. Yes, it's Tommy Cooper.
Thank you. An Irish fellow went to a pet shop. He bought a zebra. He called it Spot. I don't know why I bother.
Yeah, that's right. It's someone you've always respected. You never really expected to meet him face to face. One of the best-known entertainers in the world with his own highly individual style of comedy. Yes, come in, the Phantom Flatbringer. Lenny Henry, this is your life. Very quickly, this little lad called Jerome from Rugby. We brought him in last week because he particularly wanted to tell us his poem on Tiswas, wasn't it? It was such a short show last week, we never got round to telling his poem, so I don't know if we can wiggle him round. Are you ready, Jerome? Go on then, in your own time, using the iambic pentameter, here is Jerome with his poem. Here's Jerome with his poem.
Go on, Jerome, lad.
You're on the railway picking up
He wanted to come back. He said he wanted to come back. What's happened there? You said you wanted to come back. You definitely don't want to do your poem. Well, I'm sorry about that. It's, well worth waiting 7 days for. You don't want to do it? Oh, well, there you are. Just talk amongst yourselves at home. I'll just take Jerome out. Sure, she'll take you back to your mum. She'll take you back to your mum. Sorry about that, Sal. That's the second one in 2 weeks. Fine.
Sorry you bothered to walk in there, Christopher.
Water is wonderful, water's superb, water's too powerful to conquer or curb. Water's at its best when you can chuck it over yourself, out of the bucket.
Water is wonderful, water befits.
Take it by the handful and splash your arms.
We are so happy, our hearts go pitter-pat when I see some water inside a bucket.
Buckets out the ready, come on then.
Water is wonderful, water's super, water's too powerful to conquer or curb.
Come on, the whole body down, the whole body.
When you can chuck it over yourself, out of the bucket.
Water is wonderful, ask us scousers, we love to pour it down our trousers.
Rise on and go now to your faucet. Pour lots of water into your bucket.
In your pocket, and you're ready now. There we go.
Water is wonderful, water's super, water's too powerful to conquer or curb. Water's at its best when you can chuck it over yourself, out of a bucket. Water is wonderful, water's super, water's too powerful to conquer or curb. Water's at its best when you can chuck it over yourself, out of a bucket.
Following our earlier reports, I'm sorry. Following our earlier gale warning, Coast Guards now warn. I'm sorry. Following our earlier reports, gale warning coast. Following our early gale warning. Do you mind pack that in? Following our earlier gale warning, Coast Guards now warn that high tides could give rise to some flooding in exposed coastal areas. Sorry. Don't panic!
1:30, take 2.
Good morning. Following our earlier gale warning, Coast Guards now warn that high tides could give rise to some flooding in exposed coastal areas.